countries around the world. People addicted to opioids are victims of a disease in the same way that those who suffer from heart, lung, or other debilitating maladies and disabilities are victims of their disease. Worse yet, they are victims of an epidemic largely fueled by the ignorance of our medical establishment and by the greed of the pharmaceutical industry, which at times has done wonders for human health, but in this case has betrayed its promise for the sake of obscene profits. Today, rather than scorning or simply ignoring people's drug use, I embrace harm reduction, a strategy I had never heard of until just a few years ago when I listened to a remarkable man named Mark Jenkins speak at a conference. Harm reduction, as Mark told us that day, accepts that people are going to use drugs and works to minimize the negative consequences of their drug use. It recognizes that many people use drugs because drugs work for them, sparing them the horrible sickness of withdrawal and blunting the pain, both physical and mental, that the years and events in their lives have brought them. Mark emphasized that we have to help the living because dead people don't make good decisions. Harm reduction helps people stay alive until they are in a place where they are open to change and able to receive help. Now, deputized into the harm reduction movement, I meet people where they are, and I look at those who use illegal drugs without judgment. Instead of telling my patients who use to just say no, I offer them avenues to recovery. If they are not ready for treatment, I tell them how to use drugs safely. Don't use alone, I say. Do a tester shot if you've bought from a new dealer or have a new batch. Don't mix opioids with benzodiazepines or benzos. Always have naloxone available. Call 911 if someone overdoses. I tell them where they can get clean needles and how to treat their skin to avoid abscesses. I warn them about dangerous heroin batches for sale on the street. I have, when posted in my ambulance in certain neighborhoods, even had people use within my sight, knowing that they were safe when I watched over them. Like Mark, I believe we can't just stand by and let people die. Ever since I started as a paramedic in 1995, I've kept journals about the job and the patients I have encountered, often writing in the ambulance front seat in between 911 dispatches, always trying to make sense of what I am feeling and experiencing. I wrote this book so that others can hear the voices of my patients, see what I have seen at overdose scenes and their critical aftermaths, and learn that drug users are as normal as you or me before they encounter, through whatever means, the opioids that spiral their life out of control. The stories and people in this book are real. Some names and details have been altered to protect confidentiality. I am hopeful that people will join me in fighting stigma, embracing harm reduction, and focusing our country and communities on saving and restoring lives, and in helping the lost find their way home. Before I became a paramedic, I worked as a policy aide and speechwriter for United States Senator and later Governor of Connecticut Lowell Weicker. He used to say that the mark of this country's greatness is not how it treats its best citizens, but how it treats the sickest and most vulnerable ones. After more than 2 decades of providing emergency medical care on city streets, I believe his words even more today than I did then when I worked in the halls of power. As a nation, each breathing day, we should renew and live by that American promise. Prologue. A teenage girl waves frantically from the front steps for us to hurry. My brother, she cries. Carrying my paramedic house bag and heart monitor, I run across the manicured lawn, up 3 marbled steps and in through the front door. She motions me up the stairs toward the 2nd floor. Framed family photos, camping trips, the beach, sporting events line the stairwell. At the end of the hall, a bedroom door is open. A woman